How can I, 33 male, get my wife, 33 female, to stop masturbating alone before sex?
Join her. Whip it out and fucking beat it next to her or something.
I'm confused as to why that is bothersome.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds like sex is immediately following. You're forgiven in my book. I don't know.
Bro, she's just pre-gaming, you know?
Yeah, she's just pre-gaming, brother.
Getting ready. Because you probably don't do it, but we'll hop into it.
Yeah.
That was my first thought is maybe, you know, it's like same thing with like people that are, again, I'm vanilla as fuck, but I see people complain about like, oh man, if she uses a toy or if he uses a toy, then I must not be good enough. I think people just have, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? Some people like extra shit.
Or just to change it up every once in a while, you know?
Or to enhance things, you know? There's just ways to enhance stuff. Like, what's wrong with that?
Exactly. All right, so let's hop into it and see if you are on the right track. So we have been together for 10 years, married for 8. I love her. We have a beautiful family, and our life is almost perfect.
Hell yeah.
Since having our son 2 years ago, our sex life has completely tanked. After the birth, my wife had a prolapse and did physical therapy for a while, and I think that really changed something. She's struggled with sex ever since. For the past couple of years, she has been too tired to be intimate, and then in brackets, admittedly, she is the one that's up with the baby all the time. He still doesn't sleep through the night and always wants her to cuddle.
You wonder why she's tired.
Yeah, not a great start. She has even gone as far as to fall asleep in the baby's room when I know she's just on her phone, or purposely choosing to go to sleep early on nights we plan to have sex.
I think, again, she may just be tired, brother. Like, you can have all the plans you want, but if you're not helping with childcare, there's a solid chance she's probably just exhausted.
Yeah. Or just doesn't want to do it, you know? Like, there's... like you can plan for the have sex, but maybe she just knows that if she goes back and says, hey, I'm not feeling it, you might, you know, freak out on her.
Bitch and make a Reddit post.
Exactly. We are one and done, so I've had a vasectomy, and she's starting to quit nursing now. I thought that since we don't need birth control, we can finally get back to pre-baby sex drive, which was great. But that is not the case. The sex for her isn't great. She's back in physical therapy now. So she rarely wants sex. She says she is tired and just wants to relax. I told her sex is relaxing, and she laughed and said, maybe for you. I don't know what to do with that. I tell her that her own enjoyment is important too. I want us both to have a good time. So about a month ago, she started insisting on being alone for 5 to 10 minutes before we have sex. She has a few vibrators that she uses just for herself. She says she doesn't use porn or pictures, just the toys. I've tried to use them for her once, but didn't do a good job, I guess, because because she just sets them to the side and we just had sex the regular way.
So far, what I'm getting is this guy begged for sex for however long that this baby's been alive. And as soon as she finds a way that works for her to have sex,
he's like, no, it shouldn't be that way.
Not that way.
Not the way that works for you.
Yeah.
I don't really have problems with the toys, but I think it's weird.
You sound like you do.
Them alone every time she's with me. I've offered to help her use the toys, or she can teach me what she likes. I've even asked if I can just watch. She says that me being there puts the focus back on me. She says she doesn't want to teach me, she just wants to relax, and it helps her get in the right frame of mind. That she will have to think about how long it's taking, or what it looks like from, or the face she's making if I'm in there. I said I don't care what face you're making. I suggested we have sex more often to get back into the groove. I think us doing it so frequently is why we can't get it right. She didn't seem to like that, and it's all come to a head when I told her she shouldn't have to physically psych her up to be with me. And she said, quote, I have zero sex drive. Sex is not fun or relaxing. It's usually a waste of my time, end quote. And if I want to keep having sex, then this is the way it's going to go. Or she will go back to not doing it at all.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Fuck around and find out.
Admittedly, since she started doing this, sex has been better. She's more receptive to me and more likely to orgasm. And in brackets, which has been a problem before, she used to say she hardly ever got to orgasm. And this past week, we did it twice, so maybe she's more likely to be interested. But still, I can't help but feel left out, like I'm not good enough. It's weird that we are partners, but she doesn't want me to see her or participate. How can I support her so that she doesn't feel like she needs to do this anymore?
What? She found a way to fucking make it work for her. Why are you so upset?
Why are you so pressed?
You like, y'all are having sex immediately after. I do not understand the issue here. Besides just pride.
I'm gonna go a little devil's advocate over here. I feel like what he's when he's asking like, hey, can I watch or can I observe and can you teach me how to do it better so I can, help you out a little bit better? I think that's a valid ask. To me, at least, that shows some sort of initiative. Be like, hey, I want this to be like an experience for the both of us. I mean, some of his approach is kind of wild, and I don't think he should be mad for her like getting off, on her own if that's what she's into. But it's not too crazy of an ask to like.
I think
observe.
it's not too crazy of an ask, but it sounds like sex has been all about him for the past 10 years of the relationship.
Yeah.
So if she's finally found out a way that helps her climax the way you've been climaxing for a decade, I think that's valid, and I think she should be allowed to do what she needs to do in order to, again, have the thing that you've been begging and bothering her over. So, like,
it sounds like he's getting sex twice a week. It seems like.
What? This guy needs to shut the fuck up. Just enjoy the ride, brother. I don't
like. You are both benefiting from this experience now. Like she is finally experiencing orgasms, which I mean explains why she wasn't that interested in doing it before anyway.
She was hard before. Yeah, she wasn't getting off.
And now you are too.
Of that. And then for you to come in and be like, well, stop that.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It's great. Like, so that's where I think that argument falls apart, John, is just like, yeah, he can want to learn, sure. But his thing seems to be like, I got to get her to stop using the toys.
That's the part that's wrong. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's like, grow up. Grow up and realize that your wife is fine. And she's just trying to get back into, sexual activities from having a baby. And it sounds like a very traumatic experience. Like she had a prolapse and like a bunch of physical therapy she had to go through.
2 stints in physical therapy.
Exactly. And so it's like, yeah, it's probably going to take her some time to build up her libido, her sex drive and want to get back into that. And so literally there's no harm in like letting her do whatever she wants to do to get there. You know what I mean? And then like later on, if you were like, okay, it's been a few years or however long, it's been a while now. And I would like to learn how to do it to help to enhance the experience for both of us and try and, take this to the next level where it's not just you doing it and it's both of us. If
he's really serious about it and if he's really genuinely wants to be like, hey, I want, I feel like sex should be like a 2-person gig experience. If he really wants to do that, hey, suggest maybe like sex therapy together and like you guys can find out and truly understand, what your needs are. And there's an open and safe space that you guys can practice where someone professional can suggest like, hey, it seems like this is what she's into. Maybe you should try this a little better or like incorporate certain things in a bedroom that, but for now, I agree with what you guys are saying. Like she found her groove. She found what she's into. But be a supportive partner and be glad that she's participating in those acts with you again. But if you really want it to be a collaborative thing, an experience together, be more proactive about how you approach, sexy time with your partner.
And I also, I almost don't believe that he is taking it seriously. Because how do you go a decade without figuring out what works for your partner?
True.
Exactly.
A decade? Even if it's, you should know what works.
Yeah.
At that
point.
By
now, right?
By now. You know what I mean? If you don't know, that means you didn't try. Yeah. In my opinion.
Consistently having sex for a few months, you should have it down and be like, okay, she likes this, she enjoys this, she doesn't like this. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't take 10 years. That's crazy. I agree with that.
Like I mean, unless like, she's like, again, I don't think so because she's getting it off by herself now. But like maybe if she was asexual, that could be a thing. But that's something that comes up in like conversation. Like if you're not trying to figure out what works for her, of course you know, they're not going to have a good time in sex. They've had a decade of bad sex. What do you want? And then you know, the one way to stop the sex again is from criticizing the way she's having sex. This is the Barbie movie. I want you to do this. They do it not like that. Like, you know, what are you doing?
The way I want you to do it.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, man.
Just Big Lash is not telling a room full of people that your pipe game is fucking weak. So
Exactly.
You told on yourself, actually.
That's true.
You did.
You self-incriminated.
Yeah.
Many times.
Get therapy.